Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast with Emmy, Hikins, and Trevor.
Curiously ill-equipped to carry out the task that evolution gave them, the one task. They don't do it properly. So on the one hand, they're heroic astronauts. On the other, they're blithering idiots, really, in the way that all of that works. And just to illustrate that, without help, unaided, a sperm would take about 10 minutes, a single sperm, to cross the word on a page, tiny little distance, but they have no sense of direction, and without any aid, that's what they would do. They would get absolutely nowhere. But of course, this is presumably why the male orgasm or climax is the extravagant, vigorous endeavour that it is. To a man, to a bloke like us, a climax, an orgasm is a burst of pleasure. But in reality, it's a rocket launch, launch for all those sperm. And once expelled from the male, they, as I say, they swim around, hoping that perhaps they will be drawn to an egg, and maybe there's some sort of signal that can create some chemical signal that might draw them to the egg. But in reality, it's a difficult journey, and statistics show that on a normal, shall we say, one act of carnal relations, the likelihood of a sperm meeting an egg are about 3% successful, and it's supposed to be getting worse. And in fact, nowadays in the Western world, apparently 1 in 7 couples seek help in conceiving because they're just not doing it. Now, something that may be relevant to this is that a lot of studies in recent years have shown that the male sperm count has dropped significantly. In fact, the most long-term study, I can't remember the name of the company that did it, but over nearly 40 years, including 200 different studies, it calculated that since 1973 to 2011, the male sperm count around the world had dropped by 50%. Now, that's actually quite staggering when you think about it. And various reasons have been put forward for that. For example, diets or lifestyle, and a serious one, even tight underwear has been put forward as a possible reason why men have lost a lot of their sperm count, which in turn produces even less babies, which is maybe partly why the birth rate in so many countries is that much lower. But all that said, it's very difficult to actually prove one way or another whether a sperm count or general sperm count has dropped, because healthy men of any age really, but certainly of in their prime, have such huge variations of sperm production. And those variations are producing in a single, I tell you what, from 1 million to 120 million in 1 milliliter of fluid. 1 million sperm to 120. Now, they say the average is about 30 million in the average milliliter. And in one act of a carnal relation, there's usually about 3 millimeters. So the male body produces 3 milliliters, 3 times as 100 million, speaks for itself, enough to repopulate a medium-sized country from one man if those sperm are all doing their job. But of course, it is only one who is seeking to get there. Quite why we produce such an extravagant surplus of spermatozoa when only one is actually going to be successful, if it is at all, is a question science really has yet to answer. They just don't know why that is the case. But it's interesting, as I say, how did we get here? Well, that's the side of it from the male. So let's look at the eggs from the women. Now, in fact, a week or two ago, we talked about eggs, didn't we? The eating kind. So that's nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so women, they have their eggs, but likewise, similar to men, they have an extraordinary excess of need in terms of the numbers of eggs. Now, I don't know whether you know or realize it, but women are born with their life supply of eggs. They actually have them when they're born. They don't regenerate them. And to look at that a bit more deeply, a 20-week-old fetus, female fetus, weighing what? I don't know, 3 or 4 ounces, will already have 6 million eggs in that tiny fetus. 6 million eggs.
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor and Emmy Hikins. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.